Hello. It's Wednesday, 10:30, English Live. So today is English Live. I hope you're all doing well. Okay, so tonight we'll talk about employee engagement. We'll also talk about meaningful workplace and my very, very good experience, customer experience with the brand Cairo as a real business case for what I'm talking about for employee engagement and meaningful workplace. Hi, Sandy. Hello, Babao and AG Chris. So tonight we'll talk about employee engagement, meaningful workplace, and to share my very good experience with the company called Cairo. So let me start with employee engagement. So there was this Gallup survey in 2013 for 142 countries and 180 million employees across those countries. And Gallup actually found out that 13% of employees in those 180 million employees are engaged. And 63% were not engaged. So majority of our staff are not being engaged properly for maximum or optimal productivity. Hello, Natalie. And 24% of our employees across 142 countries, 180 million employees are actively disengaged. So what this says is basically only about 20% of our people are being properly engaged in the workplace. Why? Because, hello Tammy, hello Sue. Because we need a meaningful workplace for our people to be engaged. Now, what is meaningful workplace? Meaningful workplace is a place where you work, you know why you're doing something, and when you are doing something, you know how you connect to productivity. Hi, Sue. And you know what you are doing is connected to a much bigger vision of the company. A lot of the time, company vision are very far away from our employees. So let me have an example. One real vision from one of my clients is to grow 3 times to 300%. Hello, Brian. 多謝你又嚟撐我哋啊 So one of the real case of my client, they have a company vision to grow 300% in 5 years. So it doesn't mean anything to all our employees. So hi there, Brian. So what happens is, if our people do not understand that and how that link to what they are doing day on day, they will not be engaged. So it's a lot of work for our people to be engaged. It's very easy to say, let's engage them. But basically, just off the top of my head, if you want your people engaged, number one, infrastructure. What is the infrastructure of your company? Number two, Do you have a proper compensation and benefit structure? Number 3, do you have leaders that are supporting this? Do you have senior management that's sponsoring this? So off the top of my head, all these things are important for building engaged employees. When they know the meaning, so when their work becomes meaningful, they know what they are doing on an individual basis, how that's connected to a much bigger vision, then they will be engaged. Otherwise, they do not know how to be engaged, what is engaging them. So a lot of storytellings for our people so that they know what that vision will turn out to be in behavior terms. So it's really a lot of work so that people understand, because values are very broad. So how to convert values into behavior, that's very important. Now, I had this experience with this company, Kyle, and I'm very, very happy with my customer experience. So I would like to use that for elaborating employee engagement and meaningful workplace. So what is customer experience? What's the difference of customer experience versus customer service? So let's start with customer service first. Customer service will be what I do for my client. Usually you might already have a specification what you do for your client, step by step. So step 1, step 2, step 3. The other thing is you might have a script for answering your client's phone call. So it's more about what the company is providing for the client as a standard. So customer experience, on the other hand, is a day in the life of a customer. Meaning, when I do this for my client, I am not pushing bots to start with, but I understand what's happening in my client's world. So basically, let's have an example. There's this old lady who's coming into the hotel, coffee shop to have coffee every morning at 8 a.m. So customer, hello, Bill Boy. So basically, when we talk about customer experience, it's not about the coffee. It's more about the person serving the coffee, understanding this old lady's world. Why is she at our coffee shop for coffee at 8 a.m. every morning? So customer experience. So we understand the customer's world. So what happened at Kyle? Thank you very much. I started talking about sunblock at the beginning of our live, and I started using their product. So I was using a number of the products, and it was very good. So until it comes to a certain product that I cannot use. So what happened was I basically cannot use that. So I took it back to the shop. I told them the situation. So they gave me that a day in the customer's life experience. So they were really listening to me sharing with them the problem. They were sharing, they were listening very carefully what they need to do for me professionally. I went to the one in TSC, the Kyle shop there, and they take care of me. They make sure that I got my products changed, I got the right things to use. They make sure that they take care of my other things as well. So they could go to the extent that they realize that my skin is becoming very sensitive. So hello, Mensa. So what they did was they also provide samples, full range of sample that's important for me at that very moment. So I really thank them for the customer experience. So thank you. And one of the mandala that I did at the very beginning, one of the very first one was I am Eureka. I am Eureka. When I first developed that, 何醫生你好. So when I first did my Eureka, I put intention behind it. So what happened was I hope, it's my wish, that more and more companies have more lovingness, humanness, mindfulness, wellness, and more companies are willing to do CSR. So because of that, I think it's value that I hope more and more companies in Hong Kong can do that, and also manage multiple bottom lines. So I hope that we do better and better, not only in one company, but more and more company treasure employee engagement. Hello, Jason. And more companies are willing to provide a meaningful workplace for employees working with them. So for this week, the positive affirmation is I am Eureka. And the intention behind Eureka is I hope that more companies within corporations, they have more lovingness, humanness, mindfulness, wellness, and also they are willing to do more CSR. So thank you, Kyle, again. On Monday, they share my Chinese live, and I can see that they are very happy. So I hope I share more happiness forward, and I share more positivity forward. Before I go, this week I have a thought. So I realize it's important to be a very congruent person on the outside and on the inside. I think for me, it has been very important for many years, and I try my best to be very aligned, the outside and the inside, to be that same genuine person, inside and outside. I believe that's a very huge protection for yourself. Number one, when you are driving yourself with kindness and purity, it's a huge protection. So this is where you're coming from. And number two, when you become very vulnerable and you are able to share a lot of things from here to the outside, so that your inside and outside are the same. I think that's another protection, because you have not much to hide, and you don't have to. This is what I get from this week. So I just want to share that with you, extra from the employee engagement team. So I hope you have a very happy rest of the week, and I'll see you again on Friday. And before I go, one more thing. I saw on the news earlier this week that hello Al, that there's this family where the daughter was sick, and she killed her family. And in all my lives and all my workshop that I deliver, I have one wish and one state when I'm there. I hope that I could inject a lot of hope, love, and light into each and every program that I deliver. And I do hope that I provide a safe space without judgment for a lot of people. So if you think, hello Ada, if you think that my life or the content of my life might help any one of your friends, please feel free to share my life with them. Sometimes I always felt that you don't know which line or whatever I said that would plant a seed in people's heart or even save people's life. So please feel free to share my live or video. And if you do have questions, if you don't want to leave your question here in the comments, please send it to my WhatsApp, and I'll try to answer as much as possible. So thank you very much, and you have a good evening, and I'll see you all again on Friday, and Friday will be Cantonese Q&A live. So see you again. Happy rest of the week.